Hello, my name is Gary, and I was raised in the Western United States, so I'm a native English speaker. I hope that you will enjoy this YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us.
IELTS writing samples.
The chart below shows what anthropology graduates from one university did after finishing their undergraduate degree course. The table shows the salaries of the anthropologists in work after 5 years. Summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main features and make comparisons where relevant. The pie chart provides details on the employment status of anthropology graduates from a specific university upon finishing their undergraduate degree course. Additionally, the table delineates the salaries received by anthropologists in 3 distinct types of employment after a span of 5 years. Most graduates primarily entered full-time employment, followed by part-time jobs or unemployment. A minority pursued postgraduate studies while concurrently engaging in part-time employment. In contrast to independent consultants and private sector workers, those in the government sector typically enjoying significantly higher wages. Examining the pie chart reveals that 52% of anthropology graduates secured full-time employment, whereas 15% opted for part-time jobs. Unemployed graduates constitute 12% of the total, while information on the remaining 8% is unspecified. A mere 8% completed full-time studies, with the remaining 5% balancing part-time work and postgraduate studies concurrently. Examining the salaries of anthropology graduates 5 years into their careers, it's notable that 80% of those working as freelance consultants or in the government sector receive salaries in the highest range, ranging from $75,000 to $100,000 or more. In contrast, only 55% of graduates employed by private companies fell into this high salary bracket. The remaining 20% of freelance consultants and government sector employees earned between $25,000 and $75,000. While 40% of private company employees earned a similar wage. This suggests that a significant majority of freelance consultants and government sector workers earn substantially higher salaries compared to their counterparts in private companies.
The employment status of anthropology graduates from a particular university after completing their undergraduate degree is visually represented in the pie chart. Meanwhile, the table details the earnings of anthropologists in 3 distinct types of employment 5 years after graduation. Most graduates embarked on their professional journeys with full-time employment, followed by part-time jobs or periods of unemployment. A smaller portion chose to simultaneously pursue postgraduate studies and part-time employment. Significantly, the government sector offered wages notably greater than those in independent consulting and private companies. Analyzing the pie chart data, it's evident that 52% of anthropology graduates entered full-time employment, while 15% opted for part-time positions. The unemployed segment comprised 12% of the total, with details about the remaining 8% unspecified. Only 8% engaged in full-time studies, while the remaining 5% simultaneously pursued part-time work and postgraduate studies. Looking at the salaries of anthropology graduates 5 years into their careers, it's evident that 80% of those employed as freelance consultants or in the government sector earned salaries in the highest range, specifically between $75,000 and $100,000 or more. In contrast, just 55% of graduates employed in private companies found themselves in the higher salary bracket. Meanwhile, the remaining 20% of individuals in the freelance and government sectors earned incomes ranging between $25,000 and $75,000, while 45% of private company employees received comparable wages. This points to a clear trend indicating that a significant majority of freelance consultants and government sector workers earn substantially higher salaries than their counterparts in private companies. The chart below gives information about the data of immigration and net immigration in the UK between 1999 and 2008. Summarize the chart at least using 150 words. The chart provides data on immigration, and net migration in the UK between 1999 and 2008. During the period depicted, both immigration and immigration rates experienced an increase. Although immigration figures were notably higher, net migration reached its highest points in 2004 and 2007. In 1999, the UK welcomed over 450,000 new residents, with just under 300,000 individuals immigrating. The net migration figure was approximately 160,000, maintaining a consistent level until 2003. Between 1999 and 2004, the immigration rate experienced a substantial increase of nearly 150,000 people, while immigration saw a much smaller rise. The peak for net migration occurred in 2004, reaching almost 250,000 people. Post-2004, the immigration rate continued to stay elevated, while the number of individuals immigrating experienced fluctuations. Immigration witnessed a sudden decline in 2007, only to peak at approximately 420,000 people in 2008. Consequently, the net migration figure surged to around 240,000 in 2007, but decreased to around 160,000 in 2008.
The chart offers information on immigration, emigration, and net migration data in the UK spanning from 1999 to 2008. Over the indicated period, both immigration and emigration rates experienced an increase, but immigration figures were notably higher. The peak for net migration occurred in 2004 and 2007. In 1999, more than 450,000 individuals chose to reside in the UK, whereas the count of those emigrating stood just below 300,000. The net migration figure was around 160,000 and maintained a similar level until 2003. From 1999 to 2004, the immigration rate surged by nearly 150,000 people, with a much smaller increase in emigration. Net migration reached its peak in 2004 with almost 250,000 people. Following 2004, the immigration rate continued to stay high, while the number of individuals emigrating exhibited fluctuations. Emigration experienced a sudden drop in 2007 before reaching a peak of about 420,000 people in 2008. Consequently, the net migration figure increased to around 240,000 in 2007, but declined back to approximately 160,000 in 2008.